What's up, y'all? You know what time it is. It's about to be that time.
Savage.
We're back. One Piece 1083. We're back. One Piece 1083. We're back. One Piece 1083. We're back. And we've got a little bit of an echo here that I don't understand. And we've got a little bit of an echo here that I don't understand. And we've got... All right. I don't even have it up, so that doesn't even make any sense to me. But anyway, all right. Fix that later. Oh wait, I did have it up. Somehow it was open. Okay.
Another one.
Fixed it. Shout out to your boy Josh for joining the channel.
Another one.
Yeah. My boy Max just said, yo, I'm here for the Randy Troy experimental noise set. That's us every week now, right? Right? Here. Let's see. One sec. Forgot my water.
Savage.
All right. So, One Piece 1083. Excited for this. What are we going to do today? All right. Are we going to find anything about the Reverie? Or are we going to go somewhere else? Are we going to see Vivi? Is it agenda time? Either way, just in case I put this shirt on.
You loyal.
Let's get everything pulled up. Let's see. Shout out to Jeffrey Ortiz, member for 2 months, said some Randy Troy and lunch winning. Shout out. Old Green Knees, before we start, can I get a VV Theory update? I mean, I've definitely stressed my thoughts about everything with Vivi. If that's, confirmation that she's in the chapter, then I'm, excited. But part of me still wants Wapol to be involved in Cobra's assassination in some way, like indirectly or directly, by like just existing. Like he either directly or indirectly gave up where Cobra was. I mean, we know that Cobra was very adamant that he spoke with the Gorosei. So could this have all happened behind closed doors? Did everybody see what happened? Was it Emu? For a while I wanted it to be Lucci so that Vivi had some tie to, like, Water 7 and Eni's lobby and would, be able to, just sort of bond with the crew with the events that had happened after she had left. Who knows what's, necessarily going to happen? Maybe you guys do, because maybe it's in the chapter. But, see. Either way, I'm going to pull up this chapter, and we're going to get into it now. We're over at Viz, reading the O'Fish. Okay. The truth of that day. Okay, so we ended last chapter with Sabo basically saying, okay, let me tell you what happened at the Reverie. Sounds like Oda is going to continue that. And we're going to learn what happened in that day. I kind of hope we don't get everything. Because I did want Vivi to explain her side of it to the Straw Hats. Maybe that still happens. Maybe we're only seeing what happens to, like Sabo's side of it, the Revolutionary Army, etc., etc. But either way, we got Doflamingo on the cover here. Looks like he's holding a Band-Aid. Bird fell from a nest and is using his Cameron jacket as a new nest. Copy that. All right. I managed to complete all of my objectives. All right. We're at Marijoa, guys. Let's just take a moment to absorb this, right? We're going to take a moment to absorb this. The Reverie... People started heading to the Reverie in the early 800s, right? I think it was like 820 or something when we see Vivi like going 821, 822, 823, somewhere around there. Then we had 903 to 909, basically. 908, 909. That was just all peak fiction, the Reverie. That was like... It was like 5 years ago. Yeah. That was a long time ago. OST's in.
It's about damn time. It's about damn time.
Yeah. Here we go. Kamabaka Queendom. Broadly speaking, I had 3. First, to destroy the symbol of the Celestial Dragons. Okay. It's giving Annie's lobby, shooting the flag in a declaration of war. Second, to free as many slaves as I possibly could and take back Kuma. And third, to venture into the land of the gods and destroy their food stockpile. Okay. How did I do? You certainly drew the world's attention, and thanks to the fact that you kept a large part of the Navy's strength occupied. Next page. Our influence in a dozen countries around the world sparked the people to take up arms. Dragon's looking a little scuffed in this image. Why is his face, lopsided like that? Ending in 8 successful revolutions. But don't forget, out of those 8 countries, one was Lulusia, which vanished mysteriously without a trace. They won't write about it in the papers, but 7 countries now under new leadership have cut off all heavenly tribute to the government and stopped exporting natural resources. All right. Okay. Let's see. All around the world, our revolutionaries are attacking government cargo ships, cutting off vital supply lines to Marijoa. They like to call Marijoa an impenetrable fortress because of its great elevation. See, what would be cool here is instead of hearing them talk about this, I would have loved narration as we start seeing that. That would be the cool thing, like showing all of this while we're talking about it, but hey. But they have no defense against a lack of food. Let's see how you like living without money in the bank or dinner on the table. Hee-haw! That'll hit them hard, won't it? Almost certainly we haven't cut off all of their supply lines, but they're surely starting to feel the pain in the capital by now. Let's see. Of course, these are not the kind of people to stay quiet under duress. If they mobilize the Holy Knights, that's where the fighting will begin. The hell is a holy night? All right, I'm looking at these shadows here. I mean, that sword kind of looks like Griffin. And the one on the back left kind of looks like Bonk Punch with Monstar. But then one of them's got a hat like Bobby Funk. I don't know. Let's see. Anyway. Sabo, I mean Flame Emperor Boy. You're the one they'll be after most of all. Still not feeling that name. Regardless of the truth behind the assassination of King Cobra. Regardless of the truth behind it, the assassination of King Cobra has turned you into a hero in the people's eyes. Which is kind of crazy. From the perspective of the rebellious, anyone affiliated with the world government is an enemy. Of course, there are many wicked kings who oppress their people, but there are also wise and just kings who are capable rulers. We know that Cobra was one of those. King Cobra of Alabasta was known far and wide as a noble leader, a man of great character, but news does not always spread accurately. Well, I'm sorry to King Cobra, but this way suits me just fine. Anything that gets the flames of revolution burning. I like that attitude. Let's hear your story then. Tell us the truth behind this article. Wow. Damn. That photo is damning. We got Sabo standing over the body. Cobra. Man. It hurts to hit this button. But he's packed. Fable said, Haguma the Bear, Gin, and the captain of the Holy Knights, strongest man in the world, Don Krieg. Yeah, Sabo's caught in 4K. Either way.
It's about to get spicy!
Yeah. We tearfully begged and pleaded, searching for a reason for you to do this. We all want to believe in you. Now, the crazy thing would be Sabo saying, I did it. Let's see. Okay, we got the black borders. Over 1 month earlier, Land of the Gods, Sacred Marijoa. During the Reverie. Intruders in the lands of the gods. Agents to arms. The food storage exploded. 4 revolutionary captains were under attack. Have been sighted. Alright, we got these celestial dragons. We've got what appears to be one slave girl getting dragged along. Okay. Look at these guys. Blast it all! They're not satisfied just by desecrating the symbol of our nobility. They've got to take our gourmet food, too. It's ugly jealousy from namely peasants. Catch them all and strike off their heads. And when that's done, put our security forces to the sword next. They deserve death for letting this happen to us. Oh my god. We're finally getting the Reverie stuff, guys. We're finally getting it. This is crazy. Alright. I told you to pull faster, you lazy mutt. What if something were to happen to me? Enough, I'll walk on my own. Consider yourself terminated, scum. Yay. Okay. Whew. Shout out to the boy Ronnie Williams with the 10 mems. With the 10 members. Hey. Look at that. Look at that. Ascension. My God. Who did that? Alright, Karasu with the save. Karasut.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Run into town. To the east. Huh? Alright. Die, rebel. Okay, he's acting like a Logia here. We're getting it, guys. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what I've been waiting for. Reverie. Evacuate to safety. St. Plumbing. Pluming. Got him. Pump him full of lead. Eradicate him entirely!
You loyal.
Shout out to Zote for joining the channel. Member for 2 months. The loyalty is appreciated.
Another one.
Huh? What is he? He's been eradicated. Yeah, you said that. Swoosh. No. No. Karasu's nice with it. Babella suits. Okay, reminder. Captain of the Northern Forces, Revolutionary Army, Karasu. Sootfruit. So he has soot powers that he is able to manipulate into crows.
Surprise, motherfucker.
So much for the crow fruit. I love that it's actually something different. But this also begs the question how he's able to manipulate this in a way that Saba was able to fly away on these things in at the end of Dressrosa. But, you know, I'm not going to get into the particulars of this. But, alright. So this man he's like a chimney man. Laser shooter. Okay, we've got Limburg. Hurry, wait on the east side of town. We're gonna get out of here together. Thank you so much. Not until you're safe and sound. Captain of the Southern Forces, Revolutionary Army, confirmation that Limburg does not have a fruit, and he is just a tech man. Whoa, there they go. Should I get this guy like a Mickey Mouse voice or something? Ha-ha! Whoa, there they go! Oh, Fujitora spotted. Coming this way. Oh, wait. You know what? Karasu deserves the Bane voice. He deserves the Bane voice. Coming this way. Liberate them faster. On it. Crow, Solaritus. Oh, this is crazy. You. Why is this boy so angry all the time? Okay, so we got Morley here. Because you're wrecking the city, obviously. We got a Green Bull spotting. Where did your leader go? Why are you trying to violate my privacy, you perv? Got Morley stabbing Tree Man here. Huh? Who are you calling a perv? Ooh, don't stare at me like that. You'll be put to death if anyone gets hurt. You'll be put to death if anyone gets hurt? Ryokyugu! Fujitora, what are you doing? I'm dropping a meteor. No, you idiot. Don't do anything but that. 2 admirals. If this weren't the land of the gods, they could wipe the map clean between the 2 of them.
It's about to get spicy.
Jabra? Bluno? Khalifa? Fukuru? Fukuru has sunglasses now? CP0! The revolutionaries are putting up good fight, handicap or not. Cha-pa-pa-pa-pa! Those army captains are all serious business, and they're weird. Yo-yo-y! Let's see. How do you expect me to do my job? Get out of here, man. I missed that thing from Green Bull. Then we got the revolutionary commanders going through. Okay. Alright, finally some Sabo business. I mean, that's a crazy reveal, though. That they were all there. That was crazy. Yeah. Sabo.
Sabo, have you found the color key yet?
Any minute now. I found out the location. Huff huff. Limburg. Kuma's moved to Pangea Castle. Huh? I saw him with Saint Roswald and his son Charlos. I'm sure they're plotting revenge for what happened in the mingling courtyard earlier. Against Shirahoshi and Vivi and Neptune? Okay.
She will be mine.
He probably hasn't given up on Princess Shirahoshi yet. We'll never let him use Kuma like that. Of course we won't. Morley, get ready. I got it. Shirahoshi spotting. Bonnie spotting. Huff huff. Daddy. Vivi! Woo!
It has begun!
You see those VV emojis? That's why we have them? That's why we have them?
Woo! Woo! Woo!
It's about to get spicy.
And she's talking to Lucci. Nanto yo big nusu! Ooh! Okay. Alright. This is what I wanted. I wanted interactions between Vivi and Lucci. Said this at the beginning of the stream.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay. Okay.
It's about damn time.
You loyal.
It's about damn time.
Because I love it in here.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Hams, member for 17 months. Big news emoji, Vivi emoji. Will you leave me alone? I'm going to ask Vice Admiral Garb for help. But we are here to protect you. Well, it certainly didn't look that way with Shirahoshi back there. You're not stupid. You know they'll go after her again. Only King Cobra is permitted an audience with the 5 elders. Cough, cough. Chaka. I can't see that name under Chaka. What is that? Huh? Huh? Oh, there is no other name. It's just Chaka. Anyway, yeah. This will not take long, but I don't want you waiting around getting bored. Go and stand watch over Vivi instead. I can't help but worry over that tomboy daughter of mine. Did Chaka eat a fruit? He duplicated himself here. To be continued? Conrad, member for 23 months, said only one more month and I'm back from the time skip. So before I get into the chat, let me think about this. Because everybody's had probably like a week to digest all of this. All right, so next chapter we're gonna be like
Loyal.
we're gonna be getting into probably some real tragic Cobra stuff here.
You loyal.
We'll end up seeing exactly what the conversation was between the two of them. And I do want to get into it, but I also, like, you know, I really want to hear it from Vivi's perspective more than Sabo. And it's kind of weird hearing everything and seeing everything about Vivi from Sabo's point of view. But I don't know. You know, I just want Vivi back with the crew. Let's see here. All right. So things are moving along. We learned what the effects of everything that happened at the Reverie are. You know, that the influence of the Revolutionary Army has grown across the world. They struck their food and everything like that, but now we're seeing the chronological thing. So we see Cobra at the end of everything. He's about to go into the room. A picture is taken of Sabo while he is over Cobra's dead body. So we should be able to learn everything about Cobra from Sabo because of this. I feel like Vivi, Bonnie, Kuma, Roswald, Charlos, like, they all have to end up in this room by the end of it. And if Lucci's there too, then hell, Lucci needs to go in there as well. Maybe Lucci did kill Cobra. Maybe it was an order. Like, get rid of this man. Like, eliminate them.
You loyal.
Might get a Lucci versus Sabo thing. DJBJ32, member for 23 months, said, hello, Captain. Tell Chrissy Happy Mother's Day. Well, she should be listening in, so Happy Mother's Day, Chrissy. We get the confirmation on Karasu's fruit, which is fun. We see some of the battle between them. Green Bull and Fujitora can't go all out because they don't want to destroy Marijoa. We get a tease that the rest of CP9 are CP0 now. Bonnie's on her way to get involved with all of this Kuma business. Sabo's going to head into that room. Vivi's trying to find Garp. Probably because she knows Garp is Luffy's grandfather. Garp personally escorted Shirahoshi and Neptune back down. So I feel like Vivi has to, like, get Garp involved with this as well. And Garp is just gonna, like, swoop them away. You know, in the aftermath of all of this. Garp may also be subtly responsible for saving Vivi, maybe. I don't know. I'm mad Oda gave Cobra like the guy who's about to retire on the force lines. This isn't gonna take long, boys. I don't want you waiting around getting bored. About to retire. Putting my 2 weeks in, boys. Just hang back. I don't know why I'm saying boys. He's only got one guy behind him. Chaka, my right hand. This isn't gonna take long, alright. Go stand watching. You know, take care of my daughter, alright? Alright. And then we have this Holy Knights thing. I mean, it couldn't possibly be Shanks, right? I mean, if it is, it would explain his, you know, the way he moves through things. All right, let's see what everybody's saying. Loved all the VV emojis, guys. Old Green Knees, Captain, what's the VV theory post-chapter? I just want to see some smoke. At this point, I want to see some peacock slashers. Like, let's remind everybody that she is the no-smoke queen. When it comes down to business, she better have all the business. All right. See Chaka get in there too. Jackal Chaka. And I don't want to see a single thing from that other guy with the scarf, whoever that is.
Savage.
Ace 2532, appreciate you, my guy, said the Holy Knights were mentioned by Kurouma when talking to Akainu in 1054. I'm gonna have to go back to that. Also, between Vivi and Tears of Kingdom, this week has got more than enough hype. Truth behind Cobra next week. Hashtag Reverie Answers. Hashtag Goda. I am unbelievably excited for 1084. And I will shout out to Safekara for subscribing. I'm probably going to have to really, really lock away and just no internet. Because I don't want any spoilers on 1084. Like, that's going to be... That's the moment. That's the moment, guys. And I'm excited to share that moment with you guys next week. Ooh, man. All right. Wrench Dodger 2000, member for 3 months, said, we're seeing Eam next chapter. We got the Gancopium emoji, and we got the Big News Morgans. Probably. You think we're going to get face reveal? No silhouette. Maybe. I mean... I could see it. Wart Galore. Do you like the Holy Knight Shanks? He is pranks. I don't know how I feel about that. I'd rather him just be a like a celestial dragon, you know? Tug, member for 3 months, said, why are the admirals worried about damaging the area with their fruits? Why don't they just use their top tier hockey people say they have? Yeah. Alejandro Salas said, Vivi making Lucci second guess himself as a cipher pull 0. Let's see. He's really just like following Vivi around. She's just like, bro, leave me alone. Like, keep your distance. But we are here to protect you. Like, this man is acknowledging that Vivi is actually a celestial dragon, you know, whether she likes it or not. Well, it certainly didn't look that way with Shirahoshi back there. You're not stupid. You know they'll go after her again. It's like she's trying to reason with Lucci. Is this Oda trying to, like, foreshadow an actual heel turn from Lucci and Egghead? And it starts here? And the events of the Reverie is what's making him second guess everything about the world government? I don't want that. But there is an argument for it. Would it make his character more interesting? Maybe. I don't know. Looney said, people are mad Oda is introducing a new faction so late in the game. But if the Holy Knights are like a Tenryubito internal police force, then that makes sense. We never heard about them until now when they were... You know, when they actually feel threatened.
Savage.
I'm not mad about it because there's so much that we don't know about, like, the inner workings of the Celestial Dragons to begin with, so, like, I'm fine with it. Because at the end of the day, one of my biggest complaints about when we go to Marijoa and everything like that is I was like, who are we fighting? You know, like, are we scrapping with the Gorosei? You know, like, who are our enemies? Like... And we're going to be going there with a bunch of people, too. So we're going to need fights. So the Holy Knights is actually, like, the best possible scenario. And if it is Shanks and his crew, then that shows when we're actually going to fight Shanks and his crew. But that's also crazy. Because I'm seeing a lot of people think that it's Shanks. I mean, that sword does look like Griffin, but... And the one dude does look like, you know, Bonk Punch and Monstar, but at the same time, like, Shanks is moving around however he wants, however he pleases. If he's supposed to be their special police force, then they should be, like, on tap, on call. Right there, waiting. I don't know. Maxo said, my 1050's theory about Sabo holding responsibility for Cobra's death, not necessarily killing him, seems plausible after Sabo's lines this chapter. I don't know. I mean, if Sabo feels responsible for Cobra's death, then I'm cool with that, because it adds drama to his character, and it means that he'll need to meet with Vivi again, you know, and have like a sincere apology with her, which only furthers that Vivi comes back to the crew, because Luffy's got to meet with Sabo again, so let's all win. Brandon King said, for once, Scan said it best, Lucci will help you. Vivi, like you helped Shirahoshi? Oh wait, you didn't. Savage. That's what the Scan said. I don't know. Because what you're saying that the Scan said, with Lucci just saying, we'll help you, means like this dude is ready to turn on the government. Whereas the official is like, but we are here to protect you, which just means that he is still putting duty above all else. Like, hey, look, like I'm just doing my job. They told me to tail you and that's it. But if what you're saying is a completely different thing, where Lucci's just like, hey, look, I'm ready to just throw it all into the wind. I'm going to go with the official. My guy Ronnie Williams said, Randy Troy got a new short out on theory for who the God's Knights are. Okay. All right. I mean, bro, let's hear what it is. We're here to talk about it. Guy Fable said it's a Shanks Seraphim stab. Oh man. Are you serious? Red Hood just said the spoilers are already out. This has got to stop. Daskamania said, when Shanks visited the Gorosei, Oda hid his scar and missing arm because it was his twin. Alright.
Savage.
Ronnie Williams said, end of chapter 450 through the start of 451. 450. It feels like Thriller Bark area. So you think the Holy Knights are the zombie generals? I don't know about that. I mean, sure, Captain John has a rapier that looks like, you know, Griffin, but I don't know, because that would imply that they would need Moria, and we know that Moria's, you know, got other things going on. Let's see. All right. Elijah Hernandez, what do you think of the idea that Saturn is on his way to Egghead, not only for the Straw Hats, but also for Vegapunk tech that could help the world government weather the siege? Most of Vegapunk's tech involves around essential resources. They want his McDonald's machine. They don't have any food, so they want his food machine. I could see that. That's a good take. That's a good take from Elijah. This is the ghost. My man said, a member for 22 months, said Cobra went thinking he'd die because he contradicted himself. Maybe he threatened to reveal Void History stuff. Also, who else saw the empty space next to Chaco? Weird, right? Shout out to all Savage moms. Yeah, there's a lot of empty space there. And also, Igaram went to the Reverie. Where is he? Is he just hanging out at the ship? Like, what's going on? Like, it should be Igaram next to Chaka. Let's see.
Savage.
Ace 2532 said, including Emu, the Admirals, and Holy Knights, that makes 13 opponents to fight. The crew, Vivi, Carrot, and Yamato equal 13 on her side. That said, Sabo and Dragon should probably fight someone.
Savage.
I agree. Sabo and Dragon can fight Carrot and Yamato's opponents. See. I mean, Cobra knew he was going to die. Like, even his lines on the, the ship. On the way to the Reverie. Implied. All of that. Like, first of all, he's like, I'm just gonna talk to the Gorosei about this thing that they definitely don't want me to talk about. I would love it if the Holy Knights are new characters. I mean, I think you need one or two in there that you know or that you've seen around or heard around, but, like, I don't know. I don't want it to be Shanks. But then, we have opponents for the end of the story. I don't know. Scuba7 said, if Shanks were two individuals, it would make sense. Shanks' name is plural. Shanks. Why else would Oda censor it in the SBS question of, is Shanks two people? He didn't want to... There's an SBS question about, is Shanks two people? What was the context of that SBS question? I don't remember that SBS question. Looney said, if Shanks was a holy knight, wouldn't he be searching for the revolutionaries instead of looking for the One Piece? That's a good point. Let's see. Catching up here. Jankmaster said that they watched Ronnie Williams' short. Saying that they have to be Celestials because they handle disputes between Celestials and only a Celestial could punish another Celestial. So, now, to this effect, right? The theory, especially even since Film Red was that, and for a while, I mean, the dude stopped a war and everything like that, is that Shanks could be a Celestial Dragon, right? He was found as a baby and he was trained to be a pirate. If Shanks did have a twin brother, let's go with this, right? he would be a celestial dragon. Could he be this guy? Yes, he actually could. We could be in a situation where there is a twin, you know, we have the evil Shanks. That is the Holy Knight. And there's a possibility for that. And they didn't grow up together or anything like that, but then later on, somehow Shanks learned about his lineage from his twin brother and all this. It would be a little convoluted, but it would track. Killet said, is Igaram taking care of Alabasta while the King and Vivi are gone? No, because he was on the ship to the Reverie. And we haven't seen him since, but he was riding with them, too. Chin said, Cobra's last words. Chaka can do it. I agree. Those are great last words. Someone was saying, did I see Carrot page 1? I mean, there's somebody with rabbit ears, but there's also a Revolutionary Army guy from level 5.5 that always had rabbit ears too. So that's just that guy. But we also have confirmation that Morley, Limburg, and Karasu are all back as well, and they are there at Kamabaka Queendom, which, I mean, we did see Morley. I think this is our first, like, in now timeline shot of Limburg, though. I might be wrong on that, but I feel like we had seen everybody but Limburg. Maxo said, hey, Beck, don't you think it's time? Time to set sail and take out my brother Wanks. Because the other thing, too, here is, like, it doesn't necessarily look like Shanks to me. It just looks like Shanks' sword. And even though I said that the guy on the top left looks like, you know, Bonk Punch with Monstar wrapped around him, guy's still in a cloak. Like, all of these guys are in cloaks. The red-haired pirates, they don't wear cloaks. It's just Shanks and you know, like Ben Beckman. Well, I guess Yasop does wear. I guess a lot of them do wear cloaks. What am I talking about? But the other members, Bonk Punch doesn't. Lime Juice does not. You know, some of these shapes don't match up. And the other thing, too, is this outfit looks like it has a little bit of a fur attached to it. And you can't really judge silhouettes in One Piece too harshly, but I don't think it really looks like Shanks. I just think it's Shanks' sword. Emil Diaz, member for 24 months. Part of the 2-year squad, said, Cobra's already half dead. He sees a dead guy. It's actually 3 dwarves in a trench coat. That I could buy. Although it probably would need to be like, I don't know, maybe 21 dwarfs. That feels about right.
You loyal.
My brother, thanks. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. Tom Hanks. Shanks' brother, T. Hanks, Tom Hanks. Scuba7 said, from my previous message, it was an interview with a Japanese YouTuber, Keisha. Oda was asked if Shanks had a twin brother. Oda's answer was redacted.
Savage.
What was the basis of asking a question like that? When have we ever thought maybe Shanks has a twin brother in this story other than right now? Was that a theory after 907? Because I don't remember that one. It's a popular Japanese theory. I like this. Red Hood said maybe the sword is Ace and the Holy Knight leader uses Roger's lost sword. See, I like that. Like, let's keep some of these swords alive. Some people said the Shanks that walked into Marijoa didn't have scars. But we never saw that side of his face. Are you telling me in every single panel of Shanks during Marineford, we never see the scars on his face? In the manga, we only ever saw the right side of his face. That's crazy. I love how Dragon's just like just pouring some wine for this this story. He's like, all right, I need to get lit for this one. No, the elder meeting. When he talks to the Gorosei about a person, there's no scar. I'd only buy that if it was the side of his face that, you know, literally didn't have a scar. And Shanks's, you're seeing the right side of his face. Shanks's scar is on the left side of his face. So, yeah. Why would you come all this way? First of all, the Holy Knights, as far as I'm concerned, they have to be in Marijoa. Like, why would they be running around the world doing things? They have this. They have Cyberpol for that. Sorry, I was looking at 907 and rereading that. Given your standing, you should have nothing to do with politics.
Savage.
We only arrange this time on your request. Yeah, no. All right. My guy Ronnie Williams said, so I think that the Holy Knights are the representatives from one of each of the 9 head top royal families. Total royal family count was once 20 total. And Shanks, his dad, his brother, his grandfather, whoever the middle silhouette is. I'm going to go... It was 1054 where we saw Kurouma, right? Let's see here. I'm going to go back to that. I want to see this man talk about Holy Knights again. Shout out to Wani. Wani Williams. Appreciate you, brother.
The boss is back!
Alright. He said, Shanks, his dad, his brother, his grandfather, whoever the middle silhouette is, the Figureland family house representative, the strongest royal celestial family. The Gorosei are the highest tier of God Knight, working directly under Imu, and gifted eternal youth surgery. Tayante Black added Saturn might be the strongest of them, or the weakest, and they don't think that it's a huge threat, so they just sent their weakest member. That's more in Shonen, you know, like, Saturn is more than enough for them. You know, like something like that. But yo, shout out to Wani. I look, I'm all about the Figureland family. And I want to learn more about them. And obviously it was important enough for it to be a part of Film Red. So Figureland Shanks has been the headcanon since Film Red came out. But I'd love it if it was like Shanks' dad, like his real dad or something, and it's just like they lost their son at God Valley. Roger raised them and he knew nothing about it. And then like he just has this standing because eventually they put it together and figured it out. All right, let's see. I'm back at 1054. Navy headquarters, New World. We can't let revolutionaries keep running unchecked, Akainu. I know, but we don't have the troops to send. They're calling him Flame Emperor Sabo now. He's the hero of the entire world. 800 years ago, the world government was created by 20 founders, and their descendants, only Nefertari Cobra attended the reverie this year. See, now that's a crazy thing. So it's fun to go back to this and kind of think about it, because basically what they're saying here also is like the founders of the world government thought themselves too high to attend a reverie with such lesser beings, right? So the founders of the government are true celestial dragons that would not meet with the lesser people. So I wouldn't be surprised if 5 of the descendants are the Gorosei, right? The other descendants could be the Holy Knights. And then you know, throw in a couple of other celestial dragons in the mix there, and then you have Cobra. Just hours before that, in the land of gods, the living area of the celestial dragons, they destroyed the hoof of the celestial dragon, symbol of the world nobles, in a declaration of war. Yep. Admirals Ryukyu and Fujitora led the navy into battle. But in the end, the ex-revolutionary and celestial dragon slave Bartholomew Kuma was freed, and all of the revolutionaries escaped. I'm certain that it was difficult for the admirals to exhibit their full power in the land of the gods. Don't make excuses for them. So everything that we were told by Kuruma is like has, you know, we instead of being told it, we saw some of it. And what about the disappearance of Princess Vivi, which happened at the same time? We're still investigating the matter, as well as any possible connections between the two. It's a double blow for Alabasta. Their ship's still at the Red Port. In fact, they can't send it home with all that's going on. So that means that, you know, if Igaram and Chaka are still alive, they're like stuck at the port here, which is kind of crazy. Can we assume the attempted murder of Saint Charlos is solved then? As far as the accusation that Saint Mjosgard let the attacker escape, that's being deliberated in the land of the gods. The Holy Knights have intervened, and it's all a big mess now. Let them figure it out, right? So the Holy Knights, We talked about this. They're kind of like the lawyers, but now we see that they're actually fighters, not lawyers. But in each case, the public is convinced that Sabo was the one pulling the strings, and it's causing quite a stir. Add to that the recent events orchestrated during the King's return with the 8-Nation Revolution, and now the many sparks of rebellion smoldering all over the world. Chapter 1083 was just a 1054 recap. Beginning to worship him like he's some sort of god. At this point in time, he's so popular that he might have more influence than Dragon, commander-in-chief of the revolutionaries. And now his brother's stride. Luffy is an emperor of the sea. In other words, the Flame Emperor's brother has upended the old order. The times are changing. It's one hell of an age. I have to be Fleet Admiral, and I'll drive each and every one of them back to the depths of the sea. I could see a situation where Sabo was trying to kill Charlos or something, and then Cobra got in the way. He got in the middle of it. And maybe Sabo did kill Charlos, but it was like he was trying to kill Charlos because Charlos was going after Shirahoshi. Or maybe Vivi. I don't know. My guy Ronnie Williams said also peep chapter 450 and 51 start. That's the special zombies. Dad got a fire theory cooking. Just wait for it. I'll check it out. I did just look at those chapters earlier, so I know it's the special zombies, Captain John, and all that. Let's see. This is an interesting one, guys. A little bit of chair piece, and I'll be right back. Okay. So we had 8 nations sparked a revolution because of the events of everything that happened at the Reverie with Sabo. Only 7 of those nations exist because Lulusia was one of those confirmed nations. In chapter 904, we saw that spark of the revolutionary, a spark of the revolution light for the people of Lulusia. From Bello Betty and all that, they got a Fever card, that was basically like, hey, call us if you want to, join up or whatever. So it could be assumed that they wanted to do that. I want to know if Lulusia was tipped off in any way to what was going to happen. Because it seems like maybe Sabo was just like going to pick them up and just be like, hey, yeah, come on, join us. Because it's like, is there something more important to Lelucia? Or was Emu just trying to send a message to all of the other nations that were uprising? That's the question. Now, those nations are going to fight against the world government. Like, you know, we're going to have a bunch of randos. It's going to be a gigantic war, you know, at some point, final war. And those nations are going to be like the cannon fodder at the front of the line so that Oda can have people get stabbed and hit, but they're, you know, fighting for their dreams and everything. And then everybody that has a name will actually, you know, fight a little harder, fight harder people. As far as the accusation that St. Mjosgard let these attackers escape, that's being deliberated in the land of the gods. The holy knights have intervened. It's all a big mess now. Alright, so we know that St. Mjosgard got in the way of Charlos and Shirahoshi in the past. So, whoever the attacker was of St. Charlos, Mjosgard let them escape. Now, we know that Garp left with Shirahoshi, Neptune, and everybody and escorted them down. Did Garp try to kill Charlos? But he was so fast and nobody saw it. And Mjosgard got him out of there. Or is Mjosgard just responsible for opening the door that, you know, or whatever it is that let the Revolutionary Army out? So, the way Dragon is shaded and, you know, like the fear on his face, it implies that the Holy Knights are, like, Marijoa's greatest fighting force. Which is wild. Because I also feel like Oda's running out of devil fruits, but I don't know, maybe he's not. I don't think that this is Shanks and his crew. I think these are different people. That's where I'm going to lean. If it ends up being Shanks or whatever, that's fine. What's also interesting is the swirls in that silhouette area kind of look like devil fruit swirls. So I think the implication here is that these people are probably like all like crazy devil fruit wielders. And it's just like, what other devil fruits can we see? Because these have to be some of the most broken ones we've ever seen. Like, if they're shaking Dragon. Gahio9 said, I think they escaped through Morley. I mean, Morley has a broken fruit that would allow them to do that. Fable said they're all probably mythical zones. That's actually a smart take, actually. That's a real good take, yeah. Because then Oda can just draw from, like, mythical creatures. I love that. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, because then we could see like, we finally see like the Byakko, the white tiger. Yeah. Alejandro Salas said that Dragon could be an X-Knight, and that's why he has a strong fruit. Potentially, but... I mean, it's an interesting thought, you know? And there's something too in 1054 where like we go from all of this Shanks stuff into the introduction of the Holy Knights by Kuruma, so it's like, granted there's a bunch of dialogue before that, so it's like if he ended up being that, that would be like sort of the lead-in foreshadowing, like, we see Shanks and we talk about Holy Knights. There's probably a connection to the Holy Knights and Shanks, but I don't want Shanks to be one. I don't want that. I'll be okay if it happens, but I don't want it. The Holy Knights are just like Om, Shura, Satori, and Gadatsu. Let's see. Emil said, what do you think about the Revolutionary Army siege on the food? I mean, I love that idea. Like, get them. Get them. But I also liked what was brought up earlier about, like maybe that's why they're going after Vegapunk in the first place, is because they know he's got that food machine, and that's why it was the first thing we saw in the first chapter of Egghead. It's like, this isn't about Vegapunk at all. This isn't about that he's looking at the poneglyphs. Like, no, the Celestial Dragons are hungry, and they want the instant McDonald's machine up there. Shaki said, have I heard the theory that the silhouette could be Haguma? I would love that. What an amazing callback to Chapter 1. Phenomenal, sensational, like, the man was eaten by a sea king, and then he ascended and became a holy knight. What that's the best glow up in the series. From bandit to holy knight? Yeah. I'm on board. Holy Knights are just the East Knights. Yeah, Fable told us this earlier. We got Haguma, we got Gin, Don Krieg, Gaimon. Pearl? Yeah. Holy Knights. They took individuals from the weakest sea and turned them into the greatest threat the world has ever seen. What's up, Mark? Let's see. I would love if Gin was one of the Holy Knights. Like, it's just, it's stupid, but, you know, it's like, I don't know. I'm down. There's definitely a flaw in the logic of it all, but I'm okay with it. Just inject Don Krieg with some Lunarian genes. It would be interesting if they were all Lunarian, like true Lunarian, and then it begs the question of, you know, are real Lunarians, you know, the stronger force than a mixture, you know, a cocktail of the Seraphim. But at the same time, it looks like these Seraphim are, you know, giving these guys more business than King was giving Zoro, but I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to do my reread here. Declared war, they rescued Kuma, and they freed as many slaves as possible. They destroyed the food reserves, and the news of it all triggered 8 successful uprisings in different nations out of 12 attempts. Lucia vanished, so now only 7 were successful. Vasil Vlad Ivanovici said, looking at Shanks' fleet, it may suggest that the reason why East Blue is considered the weakest is because it used to have the strongest defenders. So, you're saying that it became the weakest sea when Shanks went to the Grand Line because he stopped protecting the weakest sea or something?
Savage.
Or he scooped up all of the, like, the East Blue names? I mean, look, here's the thing. Like, if the East Blue really used to have some, like, crazy, like, bounties and stuff, then I would have to wonder why we were so stressed out about, you know, 10 million, 20 million, 15 million, you know, these bounties, you know, and then making a big deal out of 30 million being the highest in the East Blue. I don't think the East Blue ever had anybody except like Shanks sailing around, you know, because he had like 1 Billy at the time. But Roger was from the East Blue. So, you know, he was born in Loketown and he's got the highest bounty of all time. So, 5 Billy. But they were still stressing out about those little ones. Those baby bounties. Those 1997 bounties. They will say Roger took 99% of all the East Blue talent the moment he was born. Yeah, he took it to South Beach. Took his talents to South Beach. All right, let's see. So, those 7 nations, the implication here is that they overthrew their king and they are not going to pay heavenly tribute anymore. So that's the beginning. We just need to get every nation to follow suit. Revolutionary Army, the extended forces, they are attacking the supplies to stop resources from reaching Marijoa. So they're going for the pockets, they're going for the food. Yep. They're trying to do a squeeze on them, make them show their faces. Dragon's worried that they'll mobilize the Holy Knights. Ivankov is worried that their number one target is going to be Sabo, which could actually trigger a protect save Sabo arc if they get captured by the the Holy Knights here. Fable's super chat and said Saturn is legit on a late night fast food run. Peak fiction. That's honestly my favorite take of the stream here. Is that's his goal, is to get the fast food machine. And I'm on it. I'm on board with it. Like, it really tracks after everything that's here. Yeah.
Savage.
It's crazy that they people are actually celebrating Cobra's death. Like, this dude was a good man. I don't know. Chin said, thoughts on Tree Bull Admiral Randy? Looks weak for Captain Planet here. I don't know. I'm not a... Green Bull, kind of uninteresting to me so far. I did get a Green Bull figure recently. It is sitting right here on the Wano shelf. Let's see. Okay. Sabo's a savage, though. He's just like, yeah, I feel bad for what happened to Cobra, but if the end result is more people, fighting against the world government, then hey, one body to save everybody else, I'm cool with that. I mean, I do get what he's saying. It's just hard to hear when we have, we spent that time in Alabasta. We were there. What really happened? Now, I'm zoomed in on the photo of Cobra and Sabo in the newspaper, and is Cobra's arm on fire? Like, I don't know, but it almost looks like his arm might be on fire. Or is that just the ground next to him is on fire? And all of the scratches on the floor imply that there was a real scuffle that was going on. Some people were scrapping. Peter Falk said the Marineford parallel might really be with Sabo captured instead of Luffy. Easy trigger for Luffy to wage all-out war with the world government. This time Sabo lives. yeah, I mean, that's the clean version of everything. You know, in the pre-time skip, he failed. Post-time skip, he survived. You know, like, he wins. We've talked about that. It's clean. Like, the parallel is there. Do I want it? I don't know. I want something new. I want something fresh. But Oda, you know, he wants those clean parallels sometimes. So, you know, that could be the way things shape up. Fable said, I'd rather have a Loguetown parallel with Luffy's head on the chopping block. Me too. That'd be fresh. That'd be something new. And then get everybody else to come and save Luffy. That'd be fun to me. But that's the risky move. That's the wow, Oda is actually doing this move. Sabo getting captured and then Sabo living after Luffy saves him with everybody else, that's, okay, that's the way we all thought the story was going to go. Okay, so over a month ago, a little bit after the reverie began, Revolutionary Army starts attacking. They wanted to make it clear that their opponents, that their goal is a war against the Celestial Dragons, which would essentially mean a war against the Holy Knights as well, because those are the people that would get dispatched in something like this. First, you know, the admirals go to protect these guys. I think we can kind of confirm that Karasu is a Logia. And it's probably through his Logia awakening that he's able to form his soot into a sentient crows almost. So maybe that's what... Okay, did I just figure out what Logia awakening is? Because in Marineford, Akainu turned his Logia magma into what appeared to be sentient hounds, right? As a play on his joke, on his name, Red Dog, right? But he made, like, the same way that Karasu makes crows, like, he made a magma dog. And Kuzan made his ice pheasant. That might be it. Creating animals out of your element. Maxo said, "Where's Kizaru's light monkeys?" I mean, we'll probably see him. We'll see him this in Egghead. Fable said Logia awakening equals giving sentience life to elements. I think so. I think so. Having full control over it. That might be it. I gotta go back to Marineford and I gotta take a look at those like magma dogs again, but yeah, we need some light monkeys now. There's a bunch of yellow monkeys running around. Fable said if Logias can give sentience to elements, we're definitely going to meet some elemental beings made from ancient Logia users. That'd be wild. Because the thing is I'm trying to figure out how Sabo was riding on a bunch of crows at the end of Dressrosa when we had no proof that Karasu was even there, right? So if we find out that Karasu was actually there, then it makes sense. But if it's like he literally gives sentience to his crows and then can give them orders and then split pieces of his body around the world and just send his soot places, like that's that could be a thing. And then, you know, for Green Bull, who is a Logia, right? Like, him creating plants and everything is creating sentience. Because those are living things to begin with. So him taking steps in Wano and, like, creating flowers, like, that could be the awakening there. I really love that panel of Limburg flying in the sky, and we like see Marijoa. Like it's that's cool. Like that's what I was waiting for there. Still can't believe we saw all these CP9 members. God. What a cool panel. Are we missing anybody? Or have we seen them all now? Lucci, Kaku, Jabra, Bluno, Khalifa, Fukuru. Yeah, I think that's all of them. Kakia said Nero is missing. Yeah, Nero's at the bottom of the ocean. I think even Oda has forgotten about Nero. So, Sabo said that he knows where the collar keys are. You know, the keys to the collars. We know that he gets them because Kuma ends up without a collar. I think over the course of everything here, we're going to understand why Kuma goes back. Because if he feels like there's something missing... Like, if we get through all of this and some part of the mission wasn't actually completed, then Kuma going back is to complete that mission. Now, we also get one shot of Bonnie running around. It's like, does he think Bonnie's still there? Or what? I don't know. In this Shirahoshi panel, is she talking to Leo? Is that the idea there? Because, I mean, she's talking to somebody. I need to see VV go off. Like, you know what would, like, truly make me ascend is if Vivi had like a fight against somebody. Like, I need to see it. Chaka tries to step in, and Vivi's like, no, I got this. Peacock slashers. Like, remind us, Oda. Remind us. Fable said one of the goals was to free as many slaves as possible. What if Bonnie's mom was a slave and Kuma went back for her? That's interesting. That's interesting. I just feel like this is all going to tie into what's going on, you know, internally with Bonnie and Egghead, and, you know, we need some of that. And I still want Zoro to pull up to the Paul room and be the person that, like, Bonnie exposits to. Barry said, I want to see Vivi's time skip flex so badly. Yes! Yes! No Garp in this chapter, too. Well, he was mentioned, so we're probably going to see him in the next chapter. Max says he needs to see Vivi slice a building in half. Look. Just thinking about that. Just thinking about it. After all of Chaka's training, yep. Chin said Randy, but there's no Spandam there. I'd like to forget that Spandam is Cypherpole Zero. Like, there was no reason to have him at the end of Dressrosa or in Film Gold or in a cover story. Robin should have killed him at the end of Enies Lobby. He does not need to be alive. Patrick Flannery said late, but please tell me y'all think that God's the Holy Knight silhouette is Shanks. I don't want it to be. I mean, it looks like his sword and everything like that, but I still don't want it to be. Real Trill super chat and said, I'm really hoping at least one of the Holy Knights has the same types of eyes as Emu and Mihawk. I need Oda to make this a thing. I like that. I want that too. That'd be fun, yeah. Brian Field said, do y'all think that Lucci might end up helping Vivi escape? I'm still not sure. He's 100% on the world government side because of the CP9 cover story. I mean, that muddies things so much. I mean, like, the CP9 cover story did make it seem like they were going to go against the world government. Then we come back to post-time skip, and they're Cypherpole, right? Which is why I've believed that Cypherpole Zero is like basically slaves. Like, you know too much for us to put you in prison and impel down or anything like that. Like, you know too many government secrets. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep you close, Suicide Squad, and you got a bomb in your neck. I don't know, whatever. If you go at a line, we're going to kill you. But either way, your duty now is to protect the Celestial Dragons, and that's it. And that's how, you know, you get to live. So you either die or you can do this. That's the only way that I could see them all becoming Cypherpole Zero. They defied the government. You know, it would set up why they went after Who's Who in the first place, and like why it was so important for them to get Who's Who. Lucci, after everything happening in Enies Lobby, and Vivi not being a part of that. Like, I just... My thing is I do get the impression that Oda is trying to redeem Lucci, and it's one of my least favorite things that Oda could possibly do. Because all throughout Enies Lobby, like, Lucci was, like, just so up, just following orders and everything like that. So I guess, you know, and I get it. You want to take a character that is all the way over here and you want to bring them around over here. So it's like, okay, he was all about following orders. Now he's going to reject orders. There's an interesting element to it. But Oda's done it with so many characters. You know, we had Impel Down, and that's what made Impel Down so great. But I also need some characters to be completely irredeemable. And I'd like Lucci and like Akainu to be two of those people. But here, I am getting the vibe that, yeah, he's trying to redeem Lucci. So is there a world where Lucci saves Vivi? There actually is. And then it's like, is that his way of, like, you know, saying sorry to the Straw Hats for everything that happened in Water 7? Like, I don't know. But I don't... It's just not... It's not what I want, but I'll take what Oda gives me. Official translation is Holy Knights, Patrick. Yep. Mm-hmm. Chrissy pulled up to the chat. Make sure to say Happy Mother's Day to Chrissy, everybody. Daxake already started the train. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms watching. And to all of the moms of people that are watching. And shout out to my boy Dak. Let's see. Barry said, I think he could have that, but still not be redeemed fully. Saving Vivi just means he's obligated to. It doesn't mean that he's been redeemed. Yeah, it's true. Because if he saves Vivi, that's just him saving a celestial dragon. It's not... That's the tough part, man. That's the tough part. Jin said Lucci has secret orders from the Gorosei to kidnap Vivi, maybe. That would be cool, actually. Because then his, like, the lines and the darkness over his face is kind of like him acknowledging his lie. And I mean, the dude was undercover for 5 years in Water 7. Like, he knows how to lie. So... You know, him saying, hey, we're here to protect you, and Vivi's just calling him out. Like, Lucci might as well just be like, all right, whatever. I'm turning into a leopard and taking this girl now. And then Vivi, you know, like, let's have her, you know, peacock slasher this boy. See. I like how Oda drew Sabo's name in flames and everything. Like, he had fun drawing that one. Unless that was Viz that did that. Is that in the Raw? Oh yeah, that's just Viz that did that. Let's see. Man, what a crazy chapter, though. And we're gonna really get into this Reverie stuff next week. Wow. There's no break, right? Please tell me there's no break, chat. I feel like there would probably be one more chapter and then next week's a break. So old green knees said, Captain, are we gonna get a new VV video? I don't have enough context here for a full VV video. So depending on what happens to VV or what VV does next week, then yeah. But, you know, this is just a couple of lines from VV. I don't have any, like, well-formed theories. I just have hopes. I want her to flex. I want her to get some development. And I want to see her reaction to all of this. It's gonna be heartbreaking, but I need to see it. Like, I don't want to skip that. New chapter in 7 days, says on the Viz site. All right, cool. Fable said, I can't make a 20-minute video just because Vivi showed up in a panel. Not with that attitude, buddy. Patrick said he needs to know how Coburn died. I think we'll find out next week. But also at the pacing that Oda's been going, we may not. I don't know. These chapters have been short, and they always stop right before you want to. You want what you're trying to get what you want. So probably get all the way to Cobra's death in the next chapter, and then it'll be like we'll be sitting there thinking, okay, who's actually going to kill him? You know, and then we'll have this like Enel's Game panel of Robin, Wiper, Gonfall, and Zoro like pointing their swords at Enel, and you know, it'll be something like that. But it's like 4 different people could have been the one who killed Cobra, and then we're gonna have 2 weeks to figure out who actually did it. You know, and we'll have Emu in the room, and Sabo will be in the room, and Charlos will be in the room, and Garp will be in the room. I don't know. There's a lot of things. $1084 title. Chaka can do it. Nah, it sounds like 1085 after he's already dead. I just feel like the next chapter has to be one of the craziest chapters ever. Or like the next 2 chapters, because it's just like, this is what Oda's been building up towards. We've been finding out about, you know, he has been teasing the Reverie for years. So I need to see some craziness. Cobra's Zonai wheelchair explodes. Patrick Flannery said, I think it'd be cool if Cobra's goal was to see Emu, and he knew that the Gorosei weren't letting him leave alive, but he didn't care because he's sick. So he knew he was dying and he just wanted to feel validated. Maybe? I'd love it if Cobra already, like, set up some plans in the background or whatever. Like, you don't just walk in and say, hey, I'm gonna die, I just need to do something. But it's like, if after everything that happened in Alabasta, after his conversation with Robin, after his dealings with Crocodile, after understanding what the poneglyph actually meant, he maybe, like, met or communicated with other allied nations or something and set something in motion, and then just wanted to like have a Game of Thrones tell Cersei it was me situation. Like, that's what I really want from Cobra. Like, him to like say to Emu, and it's just like, you know, he's just like, get ready to cry, because I put a lot of things in motion and behind the scenes, and I just wanted to see your face. I won't be able to see your face when it all comes together, but I want to see your face. All right. That's what I would love. Like some big brain Cobra thing. Like, after everything that happened, he had 2 years to plan something, and he is like, it's already being executed. That's what I want. That would be awesome. Give him like this crazy Batman moment
Savage.
before he goes. I don't know if Oda's going to do it, but man, that would be sweet. Fable super chatted and said, I killed Cobra, but this... oh my god. But a Seraphim Doflamingo was controlling me. I mean, that would be wild if Seraphim Dofi was there. Because it would be like a situation where he used Celestial Dragon Blood, and it's just like, you can't have this guy. He needs to stay here. He belongs to us. Yeah, I didn't feel like reading that one out, so I translated it. Tell Emu, I want them to know it was me. Cobra, possibly. Yep. Panic Pikachu, member for 1 month, said, have you started the Chainsaw Man anime yet? I hope I haven't missed your episode 1 watch along. So thanks for actually reminding me of that. I'm going to start Chainsaw Month. Okay? And the first watch through is going to be this Tuesday. So I'm going to, put out a community post and everything like that. So we're going to, since there's 12 episodes, I want to do 3 at a time. And it's going to be every Tuesday at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. That's the idea. And we're going to go through all 12 episodes of Chainsaw Man, and then at the end, we'll make a decision on whether or not we're going to continue with the manga after that. But, so, if you want to join me for Chainsaw Man watch-alongs, I am going in completely blind, and we'll probably do them right here on YouTube. So we'll do 1 through 3, 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12. And 1 month from now, we'll be done with Chainsaw Month. Old Greenine says, Old Green Knees said, Captain, since the next chapter ends a volume, it's going to be crazy. Oh, I didn't know it was a volume ender. And I think it's going to be more Vivi since they set her up at the end, but didn't show. Look, I am physically prepared to ascend. Or maybe I'm not. Mentally, I think I'm physically prepared to ascend. But physically, I may not be mentally prepared to ascend.
Savage.
Oh yeah, Chrissy and I have been watching Mashal off screen, but we only watched 1.5 episodes. But you know, that was something that I continued off screen from the last stream where we did a reading of a bunch of stuff. Demon Gunner 7 said, "What is the plan with Undead Unluck? Wait for the anime to premiere in the fall and watch that?" Probably. It might be something that works a little better in the anime. Like, I do feel like there's, potential for that story to be good, but I also was kind of turned off by some of the things in it that, I do want to see where it goes, though. I think that there is something there. Kakia said, "The swirly pattern behind the Holy Knights is also used when Kaku and Khalifa eat their devil fruits in Eni's lobby. I feel like this implies they're all devil fruit users and or some type of Zoan, probably mythical." So we talked about that earlier. One, I mentioned that the swirls did look like devil fruits and implied that they are probably all devil fruit users. At that point, I said, what could they be? Fable had suggested they're all mythicals. And I love that idea because it allows Oda to really flex and kind of get on it in his mythology bag, and that would be like nuts. Let's see. So I'm probably going to start wrapping the stream up pretty soon because I'm getting I'm really hungry. Video for this will be out tomorrow or Tuesday. And then I've been putting together ideas for other videos. I just gotta do them. Videos I've talked about for a while. But, just physically making them. Trying to figure out thumbnails and stuff. It's my least favorite part of all this. But, we're gonna do Tuesday Chainsaw Man watching. And it could be on Twitch, but I'm thinking it'll be right here on YouTube. Because why not? We started the manga here, and we have more members here, so more access to emojis and things like that. And they kind of fixed the live thing and all that, and how it doesn't necessarily impact anything else. So, we'll see how the turnout is. Because if nobody's really watching on YouTube, then that could affect the metrics, and then I would move to Twitch because it's just easier at that point. And then I put the stuff on the second channel. But we'll do the first watch through here on YouTube. We'll see that. Daskamania said, "I think the Holy Knights all have Dragon's face brand. That'd be interesting." The EST time would be 8p. Patrick said, "I have a theory that Sabo is going to tell Dragon that Emu is real, and he's going to stand up, turn around, and go, 'I know.'" I would love for Dragon to know that information. And it would make sense that he does. As the leader of the Revolutionary Army, if there's something that he should know, it's that. And then that would also explain why he's the most dangerous and most wanted man in the world, right? Because he knows the biggest secret that the world has. But I don't like the idea of him being an ex-Holy Knight. because then it implies that he's a celestial dragon. But the other thing too, with that being said, is, you know, one of the theories, and I've even had the theory, is that, you know, Luffy's mom was a celestial dragon, in which case then Dragon would be, and then so would Luffy, but it's like then Dragon could be that. But Garp, no celestial ties. And it would be, you know, an interesting story if it was a situation where, you know, Garp was, you know, he fell in love with a celestial dragon. Their love was forbidden because he was a commoner. You know, like, that's the kind of story that I could expect from something. And, you know, he was protecting the celestial dragons at God Valley because he wanted to gain favor with the celestial dragons, you know, in response to his wife. And then he, you know, ends up realizing that he's on the wrong side of everything. And she dies. You know, and that's why he hates celestial dragons, because they tried to forbid his love. You know, there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff there that really, you know, could track. And then, you know, we can go even deeper with it. My theory that Garp and Luffy are, you know, descendants of Jaya, you know, that like split off kind of like the Shimotsuki did from Wano. And then that's why we have the parallels of like Kalgara and Garp, you know, they kind of look alike. And then is it Seki, you know, his son-in-law looks like Luffy. Then you would have, you know, really like this, you know, super commoner, you know, because it was just like the, you know, that's the definition of like, you know, if whoever Garp married or whatever was like the opulence of the world, right? And it's just like the celestial dragons, you have everything that you could possibly hope for. And then you have the people of Jaya, you know, that were so backwards and everything. And it's like, yeah, they had El Dorado, but they, you know, they thought a snake was God. You know, they didn't know what, you know, what the world really was. And it's like, if these two families kind of came together, then that's the poetry of it all. So from that perspective, then I could see a situation where Dragon was an ex-Holy Knight because he's part Celestial Dragon. Now, the problem with that is that then we're following a story of Luffy, who is part commoner, part Celestial Dragon, taking down everything. And it's like, do we want Luffy to be that? Would we be okay with that? Ultimately, I guess, like, yeah, you know, but there's, I don't know, there's a lot to say about it. There's a lot to say about it. Roger Space said Shanks' twin or clone being the one Holy Knight would be a cheap trope. What do you think? I mean, I kind of said that without saying it earlier. You know, not in those words, but I said it's a trope. You know, basically, I was just like, yeah, I could see it. It tracks. Do I like it? No. But, you know, I could see it happening. All right, guys. I'm going to go eat. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. This was a great chapter. I think next week is going to be even better. And Dax said, go peep the end of chapter 450 and see if you notice a parallel to Emu and the Knights. 450 is the zombies, the zombie knights. Looking at it again. Look at the silhouettes again. I just don't see the connection between Moria and the Holy Knights, though. Like, I know that Captain John has a sword that looks like Griffin, you know, that is stabbed through him. Jen said 1084 Egghead, please. Not when we're about to see what's about to happen to Vivi and Cobra. Jen, get out of here with that. No. No, we stay in Marijoa. I don't even care about Egghead anymore. I feel like the colored manga is missing a page. Because I'm not seeing the spread of all of the zombie generals. Let me look in Viz. No, it's not there either. Where is it? It's at the beginning of 451, right? I thought I remembered a double-page spread of all of them. That's a different chapter. I'll just have to watch your video. Let's see. Dax said, Absalom has Emu's shadow, summons warriors of ancient times, which are all knights. One is a famous pirate, though, Captain John. The double page spread is in 452, 453 when Frankie fights them. Yeah. What a letdown the zombie generals were. It's just like Oda set them up and then didn't do anything with them. They just... We never really, like... You know, it seemed like it was going to be a big deal. And it was not. It's one of the major flaws of Thriller Bark, in my opinion. It's like I'm running through Thriller Bark again, and I still haven't found the double page spread of it all. But I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I'll just watch the video. Anyway, let's see. seemed like their Ultimate Force Toby Ropo type thing and got cooked. Yeah, I don't even feel like they got cooked. They just kind of you just kind of forgot about them. That's what I feel. Yep. All right, guys. Again, thanks for an awesome chapter. I think next week is going to be even better. I think next week is going to be crazy. So I am truly excited for that. You know, full hand rub in action. 1084 is going to be a lot of fun. So, Chainsaw Man this Tuesday. All right, that's the plan. So look out for that. If you've watched it and you want to watch it again, come on. If you haven't watched it, you want to try it out, come on. We're going to check it out every Tuesday for the next month. And either way, I'm going to just stick to One Piece. I'll see you for 1084 on Sunday. All right. Later, everybody.
I've been swimming deep, deep. Savage.